Major cell phone companies are in the process of phasing out their 3G networks. That's to make space for new, faster networks like LTE and 5G.
But did you know many older devices in the state rely on 3G for public safety, as well as emergency alert devices often used by older adults? Well, reporter Maddie Biertemple shows us how the phase-out could have major impacts on North Dakota as we lead local.
AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile are planning to shut down 3G services next year to make space for newer networks like LTE and 5G. That means technology that uses the older network, like home security devices, fire alert systems, and even old cell phones, could soon fail to function.
And if your cell phone is more than a few years old, you might want to upgrade it before mobile providers shut down the network.
New Vision Security in Bismarck has recently had to update hundreds of customers' alarm systems. Owner Cameron Flex says they still have about 60 or 70 left.
Nobody wants to do it, so oftentimes we'll find ourselves as a company doing this for free or oftentimes even losing money because we just want to keep them as a customer and make sure that they're happy.
Flex says it's fairly easy to fix since most systems just need a new chip. But with chip shortages brought by the pandemic, the process can be delayed.
The chip shortage is a real thing, and we're seeing it affect our business. Some products 6 months out now, we're hearing.
Updating the technology isn't something to put off.
Immediately take shelter where you are.
If your system can't call authorities during an emergency, you could be at risk.
There would be no communication from your security panel through the communicating towers and then into the police department. It would just be shut off.
While Flex says moving to the better network is important, more time would help ease the transition. That's something AARP is also asking for. The group representing older Americans asked the Federal Communications Commission to require AT&T's deadline be extended to the end of 2022 instead of February 2022.
It could impact older adults, millions across the country, and obviously North Dakota would be a proportional amount of that, who rely on health monitoring or alarm systems.
It's estimated that 3 million Americans rely on personal emergency response systems, and about 17% of households have a home security system.
Why we're hoping there can be an agreeable resolution to again, not stop the transition from 3G, but just do it in an orderly manner that ensures that those who rely on those services can continue to rely on those services.
Another area impacted: fire alert systems. Bismarck Fire Chief Owen Fitzsimmons says if your system isn't updated, the alarm will go off, but the fire department won't be called automatically.
If there's nobody there and there's nobody to, raise the alarm or dial 911, without that remote monitoring, there's not going to be any notification to the fire service that there's an issue.
The phase-out could also impact the state's 24/7 sobriety program, an ankle bracelet system used as an alternative to jail time for those charged with or convicted of a DUI, domestic violence, child abuse, or other offenses involving drugs or alcohol. About 700 people currently participate in that program, which relies entirely on 3G. In a letter to the FCC, a special agent with North Dakota's Attorney General's office says, quote, if 3G services were to be terminated before our organization has had an opportunity to upgrade its devices and arrange a swap out with each monitored offender, there will be significant public safety consequences. To find out if any of your devices rely on 3G, it's best to contact your service provider about any needed upgrades. Reporting in Bismarck for KX News, Maddie Biertemple.
AT&T has responded to requests to extend the deadline by saying its 3 years of notice should have provided enough time. Other groups who have filed with the FCC argue the phase-out schedule didn't account for a pandemic that's created delays and shortages across the board.